So truthfully ask yourself, why are you failing in the market? Is it because you have a simple approach? Is it because you're overcomplicating? Is it because you let your emotions run rampant on you, causing you from shoot from the hip anytime you see a certain candle or specific trigger? I'm Joshua Salvetti, and we're High Performance Trader, the YouTube channel that collects reliable data and builds profitable systems based off that data. And today I want to explain to you how a profitable, simple system can change your trajectory for the rest of your life trading on the market. See, I used to be the exact same way. I used to show up to the market day in and day out with tons of emotion, with tons of anxiety, and with massive amounts of fear. Truthfully ask yourself, how are you ever going to become a $1 million trader, a consistently profitable, absolute master of his craft, if fear is present? See, until you have a way to debunk the fear, to add confidence in your approach, and master your execution skills, you're never going to become the trader that you've always wanted to become. So Josh, how do I master it? How do I build execution? And how do I alleviate fear? I have a simple 4-letter word for you. Data. Data is the game changer. If you click the links below and you come over to my website, it will show you a beautiful 3-step approach that takes less than 5 minutes to learn, backed by data. See, if you were in an argument with somebody and you guys are both trying to convey your message, really drive your point home, would you rather just argue at each other with no evidence, with no data, right? Just basically, you listen to me because I'm right and I'm right because and that's the only reality I know? Or would you rather have data backing up every single point that you make, every single statement that you convey? You can back by a data report that breaks down in detail why what you're saying is true. This is the type of evidence, this is the type of information that you need to approach the market with. Every single day you're going in front of the market and you're looking to spot an opportunity, right? You're looking for a trade and all is fine, except you don't have any proof or any evidence that what you're trying to do actually works. You're literally shooting from emotion. Your emotion is the only thing you have at the end of the day. Of course you're not consistent. The only reason you're pulling a trigger is because emotion. And that emotion is usually driven home by fear, by anxiety, by doubt. Bunch of negative emotions that are running rampant in your mind. This is why you cannot stick to an approach. This is why you can't hold your trades. This is why you can't stomp out when you're supposed to stomp out. And today in this video, I want to show you a very simple way that's backed by data to get in and out of the market. See, until you got that data, guys, you're never going to execute appropriately. And until you execute appropriately, there's no way for you to scale up and become that $1 million trader that you've always wanted to become. See, your output is a direct reflection of your input. Newton's third law, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, an equal equivalent. So if your output is inconsistent results, it's because your input is inconsistent emotion. Let me show you a 3-step approach that's going to change your life. Hey guys, if you like this video, hit a like, subscribe for more content. We just passed 2K subscribers. I love you. Thank you for the support. So Josh, okay, you have a bunch of data. What's this data? What does it mean? And how do you use it day in and day out? Great question. So the first step to my 3-step approach is the easiest step in the world, and it's identify your critical levels. What are critical levels? Well, critical levels, they're pit numbers. Previous day, high, low, open, closed. Why are they important? Because you can't move the market. You can't manipulate price. I don't care how big your Discord is. I don't care how many friends you got. I don't care how much money you have. You do not have the influence to make price move. Therefore, you must spot the ones that are moving price. We do this by watching the pit numbers. The pit numbers is where the banks are going to make their big moves for the day. Everything else in between the pit numbers is just an order imbalance, right? It's just an offset of supply and demand, causing price to gravitate to the pit numbers. The pit numbers, these levels have massive amounts of volume. Therefore, the banks are present, and when the banks are present, I need to see what they're doing. So step number 1 is identify your previous day critical level. Step number 2 is identify your moving average cross, right? So I need a simple way to identify that the market has shifted, that one side is more dominant than the other. I need it to be simple because, guys, if it's not simple, I can't do it. I can't do it on a subconscious level, right? If I am deep in the moment, the market's ripping, it's rallying, prices going up, down, left, right, I need a simple understanding, a tool that helps me understand who's taking control of the market. So I do that with my pit number, and I do that with my moving average cross. I like to use the EMA cloud because it's a very simple visual. When the cloud goes from red to green, I now understand that the shift I'm looking for is taking place. So step number 2 is identify the moving average cross. And that's exactly what we're getting here right when Jerome Powell starts talking. Right? So once again, critical level, open print, critical level, previous day high. Price just rallied into open print. Let me ask you, does this look bearish as price is ripping into the open? Does this price action in front of you display bearish price action? No. We just got a very large green candle ripping out of open print with massive amounts of volume, right? So therefore, this is the beginning of price action becoming bullish. But am I going to get in long here? Absolutely not. Why? Because where am I going to put my risk? See, our main purpose as a day trader is to manage capital. You must protect your initial capital at all times. And you need a repeatable approach. You need to be able to do it day in and day out. You can't put all your eggs in one basket today and hope it works. No, you need to manage risk. So this leads us to our third step, to our 3-step criteria, and it is the red bar that must be ignored at the critical level after the moving average cross. That's exactly what we get here off previous day high. So if I whip out the Discord, right, you're going to see right here, I'm entering long at 2:32 p.m. This is exactly what the market looked like. And this is what it looks like when my edge presents itself. Study this. See, if you could learn to study what the market looks like, the information that you actually need to pull the trigger, you're going to know exactly when and where to get your ass in the market tomorrow, right? Once again, bounce off open print, moving average cross, red bar ignored. I'm in the market long here, and market literally rallies in 1 minute. In less than 1 minute, I'm out of this trade as it rallies all the way up to my take profit, right? So once again, guys, it is very simple approach that's going to get you in and out of the market, capitalize on over a 40% ROI here in a 1 minute trade because I can identify my strategy. So guys, don't be the trader that makes decisions on emotion. Be the trader that executes based on evidence, based on data. Become an objective trader. Stop trying to predict things. Stop shooting from the hip. It's not working. Instead, click the links below, subscribe to my data reports that I send out weekly directly to your inbox for free. This is going to help build the confidence you need to master your execution. I'm Joshua Salvetti. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next lesson.